Now that I got all my fields created here, I decided I was going to go ahead and put a little bit of lime down before I pick the rocks and get the seeds. I got a little bit of extra money right now, so I was able to rent a piece of equipment here, an awesome fertilizer spreader right here, and it'll also do lime. It's the 6-ton fertilizer spreader by 82 Studios. So this thing, man, if you've got the right capacity, the extended capacity on this thing, it is going to throw out an incredibly wide tract of fertilizer. We're going to go ahead and kick this thing on. And this one right here, it's not the super wide one. I didn't go ahead and go with that. But man, it is a phenomenal piece of equipment. And this one also is not driven by a PTO. So if you happen to maybe have another way of going super fast with this, then you absolutely could. We've used this before, and it is an absolutely fantastic piece of equipment here. I've decided I'm going to go a little bit more traditional here and not necessarily go super fast on this right now. As you guys can see, I haven't done anything else to the other property over here. I'm waiting until I get seeds in the ground, and then I'm going to come back and probably plow all this up and put some grass down. I've got another month that I can still plant grass, and then that's going to allow me to have it growing over the winter time, while this crop that I'm going to get ready to put in here really quick is going to be growing as well. And then I'm just going to get back cutting some trees down. Got a little bit more area over here we could clear out, maybe make a third field right over here, or I can we do own some more property here. I own a little bit more property that I could clear off and try and get something. I've been saying that I want to get some animals. I want to raise some sheep, and I want to raise some chickens. And to get those animal pens, I need to clear off some more property. And I was thinking about doing it kind of like over there in that area, around the back side of the pond a little bit, over on the south side of the pond. I think that would be a really good spot. Maybe down into the hill, down over here. I don't know. I've got to make sure that it's relatively flat so that I'm not having to do a whole lot of terraforming, and so that I can still get the equipment over there easy. I also need to build my house up on top of the hill, and I'm thinking about maybe putting down a shed or two. You know, what's a farm if you don't have any sheds? So I'm thinking that I'm gonna have to do that. But to do that, I need a little bit of money. I had to take out another loan of $100,000, and we've already gone through about half of that. I got some equipment on the way also, so it's not all just this. I've got some other things on the way that I'm gonna go pick up at the store once I get done with these couple little tasks that I've got right here. I don't need them exactly yet, but I went ahead and got them, and they're just sitting over there, so we'll be getting those in a bit. But like I said, first thing we're gonna do is go ahead and finish up on this putting the lime down, and then come back and pick up the rocks. And the reason I'm doing it in this order is so it's easier for me to see where the lime's going right now, obviously, because whenever you put lime down, right, you're going to be able to see it. But then whenever I pick the rocks up, it's going to turn it from a plowed state that you see right now that has lime on top of it. It's going to turn that into a cultivated state, so I'm going to be able to see a lot better where I'm actually picking up the rocks at. And for me, if I'm not using a worker, because this is a very irregular shaped field, that's the way I like to do it. It doesn't need to be cultivated or anything like that, right? I've got a direct drill that we're going to be using, but it's just easier to get the rocks out of here. And I'm going to take the rocks, and we're going to go and sell them over at the place that we did the gravel for the boulders, and then we will be good to go. So I'm just about done here with this little field. We'll go over to the other side and get it as well, and then I will get the rock picker out. The rock picker, it's down at the shop. Like I said, we've got the other John Deere hooked up to it right now. So once I get done with this, I'm gonna go return a little bit of lime I've got left. We'll get switched over to fertilizer in this, but I'll pick up that John Deere also with the rock picker, and then we will be good to go. So I'm still apprehensive about how well this field here is going to work for actual crops, because it is a bit steeper than I realized. It is definitely going to test whatever harvester I get over here. And maybe even my planter. I mean, this is a steep hill, y'all. It doesn't look like it from up there, but when you get down here on the bottom, that's some elevation change for sure. You know, these are some of the trees that we're going to be getting out of the way over here in the winter time. Like I said, I might put in like a third little field right in there, just something smaller, something I can plant in the springtime that is then going to be able to be harvested still next year. Something maybe that I could use in some production. I don't really know what all there is. I don't want to do cotton. I know that for a fact. So I'd have to maybe put a production place down, and I don't have any more flat land here. So I may have to take a loan out and buy another flat piece of property. But if not, then you know, we'll just turn it into, or we'll just sell the grain. You know what I mean? Just make it pure profit on that, and not worry about doing any production on it. But the wood here, we are definitely going to be doing that because, you know, we slept a month, and it is now the sawmill is filling up, right? The production side of things. So I've got to get a trailer. Well, I've got the trailer, but I got to get a vehicle to be able to pull it around. I don't want to use the semi truck anymore, so I think I'm going to go with a TLX 2022. But I don't know if that's going to make an appearance in this episode or the next one, kind of depending on how much we get done here. And you know, if I'm in desperate need of money, then I'm probably going to go grab that and get everything sold. But if we're doing okay and I don't necessarily need it right now, we might hold off on that, because I got maybe a little bit of something that I want to show off with it. I don't know yet. It kind of depends on when certain things get released. So I think we're good here. I'm driven around quite a bit. I'm gonna go ahead and go back down this way. Put this back over kind of where I'm storing all my equipment at. We're gonna get a cedar out here, the rock picker next. I'm sorry. So yeah, let me actually go get that rock picker right now. And here it is, the Scorpio 710 by Black Sheep Modding. This thing is so cool. It's twice as wide as what the regular base game is, and whenever you're using the 4755 here with it, you don't have a problem about being able to pull it up a hill. I don't have any extra capacity on this because I don't think I'm actually going to get more than what the rock picker is going to hold, and I don't have the drawbar either. Typically when I'm on straighter fields that are squared off, I'm going to want to use the drawbar trick on this, but no need for it today. Like I said, trying to do things a little bit I don't know, not more realistic, just a little bit slower. I'm enjoying my time here playing this game. I don't have a whole lot of fields that I need to be able to maintain and take care of, so we're gonna do things a little bit more normal here. But this machine, a fantastic mod, the 4755 by Dominic. As you can see, no problem at all pulling this thing up that steep hill. And, you know, it's turning it into that cultivated status. That way I can see exactly where it's at. Now, one thing that's kind of gonna be a little bit of an issue is whenever I come back. Oh, there was a wreck. Whenever I come back and I'm ready to seed, now the cultivated status and the seeded status are very similar. So I might need to do like a first round of fertilizer on this field. And then I think we could be good to go to put the seeds in the ground so I can tell exactly where I'm going. But this is going to take a little bit. I wish there was a even wider one of these, but still a fantastic mod. Absolutely fantastic mod. It beats all of the base game ones because it's twice as wide as the biggest one. So definitely pick it up if you haven't yet in the mod hub. It is the Scorpio 710 by Black Sheep Modding. Here is the last pass on the, I guess, north farm, or the north field is what I should call this one, because I think when I look at it on a map, it's technically the northmost field that we own. So gonna go ahead and turn it off and raise it up, and then I'm gonna go ahead and get started right here as well. Oh, that was a bump. I don't know what happened. But this is gonna be the south, I guess, south field is what we should call this. Gonna take a little bit longer here. This is primarily where I want to put all of the grain at. Like I said, I'm going to put a little bit more on the other side too, but I don't know exactly what it's going to be right now. And then if I develop a third field, that's going to be like a spring crop. So I'm thinking like maybe corn on that one. I got to be careful here around this stump that I cannot get rid of it. Oh, and I hit it. I hit it. Of course I hit it. Like I said, I'm going to hit that thing a ton. I have a feeling. I tried to stay away from it as best I could with the plow, but got a little bit closer than I wanted to. But it's all right. We're going to keep working our way along here. Get this completely done. I don't think there's going to be any need for me to hire a worker. And then I will come back and start putting seeds in the ground. Well, I decided that I wanted to go a little bit faster here, and the way I'm doing this is I'm using a drawbar right there in the middle. Let me jump out and show you exactly how this thing is hooking up here. So this is the drawbar. I'm using the one by Anton ATL, and it's really, really nice. You can, the way it works is your equipment doesn't necessarily go all the way down in the ground, but it still sees that it's working that way. I've got a video showing this off. I'm gonna go ahead and link it up here above, and yeah, it's really cool the way it works. You could use a lot of different equipment with this method right here, but it's allowing me to go really fast. And I am, you know, this is all available on console also. This is not just something that I'm able to do because I'm on the PC. I mean, this is definitely a trick, and almost like a game hack that you're able to use here on console as well. So as you can see, I am going super fast here, almost too fast. Every once in a while you get a little bit of a skip, and it seems to be that it's just this tractor. I don't know, there's something about the way that the tracks are, the way that they sit, right? Maybe a little bit more weight on the front would help out, but it's not happening enough that it's causing a big problem. You know, so if you are seeing that, maybe just grab a front weight on the front, or have a little bit different tire setup. I don't know. It's almost like the tracks on this thing are just a little bit angled. You can kind of see that they're not perfectly in line with the ground right now. The back's setting up a little bit, and it's causing a little bit of a rocking motion. So I don't know exactly what's going on with that. I haven't seen it before when I was using like the LSW tires. I didn't see this a little bit of an issue here, but it's like if I do that, see how it kind of comes up. But as long as I keep going, you know, pretty consistent speed and I don't slow down and hit the brakes, then it's okay. So I'll get to the end here. Oh, and turn and just keep going back and get this field knocked out so I can then put the seeds in the ground. I still got to figure out exactly what seed I'm going to put in the ground here. I don't know if it's going to be wheat or if it's going to be barley. I would rather do barley because, like I said, barley is going to go farther for my chickens. But I just don't know if the calendar says that I can do that right now. So I got to take a look at it. Oh, and I see I stopped a little bit too early. So I'll just pick this back up. There we go. Perfect. So yeah, we're really close here to being able to put seeds in the ground. Before I return this piece of equipment, I am going to go ahead and take all of these rocks. Honestly don't know how many I have, but I'm going to take them over here to the sell point again. And I figured what better piece of equipment than this John Deere tractor right here. I mean, this thing is absolutely flying around this map right now. So we're going to go through that little bit of water here, going to turn this way, go through this little bit of water here, go around. I'll see you guys up there at the iron mine. All right, time to back up here a little bit more. Go ahead and unload. There we go. I mean, this pile, I really need to figure out a way to be able to get an iron furnace so I can capitalize on all that free iron ore right there. It's a pretty good pile. That's not supposed to happen. I have no idea. I think I hit the wall over here. Every once in a while with this mod, you will get this kind of effect that happens a little bit. So what you got to do whenever this happens is honestly just back up to it, and then it's good. Sometimes you do have to detach both items and then reattach them back. Yeah, it's a very interesting thing that happens, and I don't know why it happened there, but it does happen. But it doesn't happen enough that it's an issue, I don't think. I went ahead and swapped out all the line that we had for the fertilizer. And as you guys can see, this is a massive difference on the width that you're going to be able to spread the solid fertilizer here versus a line. When I get out in the middle of the field, you'll be able to see it a little bit better. I mean, this is a very, very wide width machine here. We are on the 25,000 liter capacity, and the spreader is on the Unreal setting as well. So I'm just being safe and overlapping the edge quite a bit here. But when I get down here to the other end, I'm going to go and do one pass right up the middle so you guys can see exactly how wide this is. All right, and here we go. This is the one pass right down the middle. Super, super wide here. I'm going to go ahead and set cruise and zoom in a little bit so you can see just a little bit better exactly how wide that is. I mean, you got a huge field. Get this thing going on it, and you are going to be done in no time at all. Got the first field done. Now I'm over here on number 2, and this one should not take very long at all because of the width of this spreader here. It's very, very nice whenever a modder makes something, you know, it's not only cool, but it also helps you be a lot more efficient, right? And 82 Square Studios does a ton of these mods like this, where he just adds little bitty things that we didn't know we needed or think we needed. And then whenever he does, it's like, oh my goodness, dude, thank you very, very much. So like I said, we're just about done here. I've got probably one pass around and then back up, and this is going to be it. And then we're going to be on to putting seeds in the ground. I went ahead and switched up my seeder right here because I wanted to go with a little bit more base game equipment. I could go a lot wider, but I chose this one just because the size of the field that we've got here. I want to take more than like 2 minutes because I really enjoy playing the game, right? I'm trying to be a little bit more, I don't know, appropriate, like size appropriate for what we've got going on. I've only got 2 fields. It shouldn't take me a ton of time. I'm going to go ahead and lower this bad boy down right here. I'm going to go ahead and turn it on. I am putting barley in the ground. So, I mean, yeah, this is going to take a while, but it's going to be great. It's going to be absolutely great. I don't know if this tractor actually has enough horsepower to do this. Oh, wow. Do I need to go get the John Deere? Yeah, this is better. That is very interesting that the Case International back there would not, you know, pull this combo up the hill. I had to go get Dominic's John Deere 4755 here. Man, that is very, very interesting. I mean, it could be the tires. I didn't have duals on it, and we're going up a pretty steep hill here. But the John Deere is not having any problem at all. I'm going to go around and put every bit of this field right here in wheat or barley. And then, I don't know, I've got the other one over there. Maybe I could do it in wheat. And then I'll have wheat and barley. I'll be able to get straw off both and be good to go. You know, I was thinking I wanted to do grass over there, but I don't think I want to anymore. I want to get all of this area down here in grass as well. And then, you know, that's going to allow me to get a better yield on it so that then, you know, I can make the grass go farther. I'm toyed with the idea of maybe even getting some cows, but it's going to have to be at the end of harvest because I need straw, right? You got to have straw for the TMR to be able to make them happy. So I'm probably going to prep stuff now, and then like at the end of harvest next year, we'll be able to make some TMR and we'll be able to get the cows if we decide to get them going. Until then, I'm just going to focus on sheep, and I'll focus on chickens because those two are relatively easy to go ahead and maintain with what I've got here. You know, well, the chickens, actually, I can't do anything either because I don't have any feed. So it's just going to be sheep whenever I actually get my grass going. So yeah, once I get this, the only thing I'm going to have to do is to cut down a bunch of trees. Well, that's one field down. Now I'm going to go ahead and go over here and get to planting this one in wheat. I'm going to go ahead and just do both of them, like I said. And different crops here. The barley is definitely going to go to allow me to have some better feed for the chickens. It's going to go a lot farther. And then this one here is going to be just to sell. I know I can make a ton of money on my trees, but this one right here is going to allow me to, you know, have a little bit of the cash crop. And I can't put soy in the ground right now. So I'm going to go ahead and, you know, put what I can in here as a cash crop. So I'm thinking about that third field, and then I'll plant something in springtime that I'll be able to harvest with the same harvester. So I'm thinking then I'm probably going to go ahead and put some soy in the ground, get some money beans going on. And I don't know how big that field's going to be. I do have a little bit more property. Like I said, I can clear off this a little bit of area over here and have a little bit of a field there. I've got a little bit of road or room over to the road, so it's not like it's going to be a tiny thing. I mean, it's going to be, I mean, smaller, but not incredibly small. And then we'll get the grass growing, get some maybe some hay that I could sell off that if I've got enough to feed my sheep for a year. I don't know. I mean, it's we're just gonna see how this first winter goes here. I've got to definitely get some more trees cut down so that I can have some money to be able to build my house, get money for the animal pens, things like that, things that I'm just gonna need. I mean, I own this property over here too, so I could go in here and start taking out some of these trees as well. So I'm just gonna go ahead and do 2 headlands all the way around here, and then I'm gonna start going just back and forth. It's the easiest thing that I've found is you know, to give myself plenty of room so that I'm not hitting a bunch of stuff. I don't want to go fast with this one. There might be a way that I could use a 3-point like this a little bit faster, but like I said, I just kind of want to take my time. I mean, I'm enjoying this gameplay here a little bit more, getting excited that I'm actually able to farm now instead of just doing all the logging. But you know, I know it's gonna take me a bit to get the rest of the wood out of here like I need to. So I'm definitely gonna do that a little bit more off camera, just to kind of, as I can, do it, and then I'll bring you guys back. And there's field number 2 done. Now it's time to go sell some productions.